It's quite strange that just a single Supermatch loss completely changed Auden Larrett's perspective. He went from I don't like tournaments, I don't like the rules, I don't like the format, I'm not going to compete there, to now I'm going to compete in as many tournaments as possible. So this first Supermatch loss proved to be good for Auden. Now he can let go of the hesitation, let go of the guesses that how would people react if he loses a match. Now he doesn't necessarily have to keep a winning record. Well, you can say that he already lost a super match to Anil Najaran at Arm Wars, but basically no one saw that match. So this was his first super match loss, and now he doesn't have that hesitation in him. He can freely compete wherever he wants, whenever he wants. So I think it's going to be good for him. He's calling it an experiment. He wants to compete in as many events as possible, not as a method of competing per se, but just to have some table time, a training session. That's what he wants to call it now. So he didn't peak for this tournament. He didn't cut for this tournament, which happened this past weekend, and he even trained a day before. So he didn't really take it that seriously. Maybe that's why he finished second on both left and right arm. Not saying that fully peaked Auden could have defeated Jordan on the left arm and Jake Charles on the right arm, both of the guys who defeated him for the number one spot. But Auden felt that his endurance was good, both left and right arm. He needs a lot of strength on the left and he needs speed on the right. Speed not necessarily to attack his opponents, but more importantly to stop his opponents from attacking him. He believes adding more cup to his right arm, to his right hand, can do the job in slowing down his opponents. So he has to deal with faster guys. That's what he realized. So it's good that he has some guys that he needs to take care of even at the local competition. He can do that and then he can step up to the next stage. I wonder if he's going to change his mindset about competing in the youth class at WAF as well. It is now up to 23, under 23 years of age, so he still has 2.5 years more to compete there. I think he can be doing good in the 100 kg class if he wants. So Devon also competed in the same tournament. Obviously, unlike Auden, he wasn't there to test out his weaknesses and strengths in the tournament. Obviously, he was going to win. That's why he laid down to a bunch of guys and he lost intentionally. I personally do not have a big problem with that, but I don't really like that too. The basic essence of the sport in my mind is the strongest, the best guy should be winning no matter what. And Devon was the best guy that day. He should have won the tournament. I don't like this laying down and intentionally losing to anyone. I don't care if it is your brother on the table. You beat him if you're the stronger guy. That's how I think competitions should be carried out. So let's discuss Devon Lett's bench press. That thing gathered a lot of attention from the Magnus Midbook video. So people are saying that since Devon's elbows are kind of messed up, he cannot straighten his arms. That's why he cannot bench press a higher amount of weight. I don't agree with this at all. I think even extending your arms up from this position to this position takes a lot of strength, and that is basically something which Devon doesn't have to do. His range of motion is okay from this place to this place, so I don't see a problem there unless he has a lot of pain in his elbows, which I think he does, because Denis Siplenkov also couldn't straighten his arms, and in fact he mentioned that in the recent Body Mania video that when he benched 270 kilos, even then he couldn't straighten his arms. When he watched the videos, he was laughing at himself. He thought that he was doing full range of motion, but his arms never straightened. So arms not straightening fully is not a problem with benching higher weights, but elbow pain is a problem. I think that's why Devon was able to bench only 105 kilos. Maybe he could have done a little bit more, but I don't think Devon at this point can bench his body weight even if his life depended on it. I don't think he can do that. So that's a pretty weak bench. So maybe the problem that Devon has while bench pressing, he doesn't feel those problems while arm wrestling on the table. So it doesn't mean that you don't need a bench press at all. Like you can become the number one guy in the world with a 100 kg bench press. It doesn't necessarily mean that. So if your bench goes up, maybe you're going to get like 0.5% better on the table, but I still think it is going to help you. Maybe Devon doesn't require it, but you probably do. So don't think that it's completely unnecessary. Devon couldn't even do a pull up, and that also couldn't be attributed to the range of motion. It can be attributed to the damage in the joints, because once again Dennis was doing muscle ups with same range of motion as Devon led, probably even worse. So now let's talk about the Monster Michael Todd interview. Michael Todd did give some comments about the Vitali versus Devon match if it happens in August, And to me, it looks like he's having more faith in Devon beating Vitali than he himself beating Vitali, if that makes sense. I think he's kind of not putting too much pressure on himself, which is always a good thing. But in his mind, surely he believes that he is going to beat Vitali. Everyone keeps on telling Michael Todd, and he also believes that he can stop basically anyone in this world. And if he stops Vitali, we have seen that Vitali can be beaten without that many trouble if you have a press to beat him. Dave Chaffee has proven that even in the second match in that final round where Vitali allowed him to go to the straps. So about the Vitali versus Devon match, Michael said it is very difficult to think that over multiple rounds Devon doesn't stop the match. Devon stopping the match is just like a python squeezing his prey. He just grabs you, bleeds you, and drains you. So Michael thinks that even in the center, Devon has great chances of kind of overwhelming Vitali. But even if he doesn't do that, there is a good possibility that with his tricks, he somehow puts the brakes on the match, and after that, he is going to beat him. Devon's pronation engages in the center more than Michael. That's why his chances of stopping the match in the center are much higher than Michael Todd. So that's why he has maybe even a higher chance of beating Vitali than Michael Todd himself. Let's see if we have some time left in this video or not. Yes, about 6 minutes in. Let's discuss king of the table matches. I saw on a poll, I saw a poll on East vs West channel, and less than 70% people have said that this is a great card. I'm not sure what kind of expectations people are having from arm wrestling cards these days, but if this isn't a great card, I don't know what is. So these are the matches. Michael Todd versus Vitali Laletin. We have already talked about this a bunch of times. We are going to talk about it a bunch of times before the match happens. Amazing match. No doubt that it is going to be a close match. There is a small possibility that Vitali can flash pin him 3 times in a row. Then it won't look like a close match. But in every other case, 99% chance that it will be a close one. Todd Hutchings versus Rustam Babayev. If you think you know the winner of this match, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Anyone can win this one. Todd Hutchings has improved a lot in the pronation department, but not so much in the hook. I think Todd's hook from the 2018-19 was as strong or maybe even stronger than what it is right now. And if Irakli can struggle to top roll Rustam, can Todd Hutchings do that? Maybe he can. Maybe Todd Hutchings can be the only guy who can top roll Rustam Babayev 3-0 or 4-0. In that case, he will win, but in a hook, Rustam can make it really, really ugly for Todd Hutchings. I think so. Makarov versus Daniel Prokopchuk. People have been running away from the hooks of these guys for way too long. In this match, there will be no running away. Gennady versus Sagov. I think it's a wonder how Gennady is going to cut to 105 kilos. Just that thing makes it that much more interesting. Egle Vechkutia versus Jocelyn Brisson. Jocelyn proved that she is the top 5 women in the world. Now the next step is Egle, but I think it may be a little bit too early for the Canadian. Matyushenko versus Kalinishenko. I think this is one match where it is kind of swaying to the side of Ivan Matyushenko. I think he should be the favorite in this match, but all other matches are like almost unpredictable to me. Then Kamil Jablonski versus Georgi Zaranov. Kamil is definitely a way higher level arm wrestler than Georgi Zaranov. The only reason why this match is set up is because of styles. It's because people believe that maybe Georgi can hook Kamil and disengage his press, and then that's how he can beat him. I don't think so. I think Kamil is a level above Zaranov. Paul Lynn versus Samushia. Once again, if you think that Samushia is going to win, then go back and watch the Paul Lynn match, the first match where he defeated Samushia. If you think Paul Lynn is going to win, then again go back and watch that same match and see how close it was. Paul somehow barely won that match. Dadikian versus Georgi Svetkov left arm match. I think Dadikian should be the favorite, as everyone is saying. On the right, for sure, Georgi would have been the favorite, but left is a different thing. Then we have Matt Mask versus Nugo. Again, a crazy match. Petro Margarinth versus Lachlan Adair. Petro should be the favorite because of his experience. Zurab Tavbaridze and Georgi Totiev. Top roll versus hook battle. This one is going to be amazing as well. Thanks for watching. Like the video and I'll see you again. And this is a great card. So vote more.